So the question is when you have a door position switch, what wires are doing what? And a client has a total of 6 wires coming out of a door position switch, and that tells me that it's a double pull, double throw switch, and we'll draw a schematic of that in a moment and take a look and see why that's the case. But the ultimate question is, you're faced with this, you got all these wires, and you say to yourself, what do they do? Well, luckily it's really easy to figure out what they do. As long as you have a multimeter that you can test for continuity, then it's super easy. So the client's question was, I spoke to the client, we discussed this. The client's follow-up question, it may have been out of sequence, but there are 6 wires coming out of the switch, 2 white, 2 black, 2 red. Client says not used on 2 red. Maybe, not used, maybe. Am I checking continuity between the 2 black and the 2 white? Possibly. I don't know what these wires do. I know that we have colors. You know, black is in low voltage, black is generally negative, the negative leg. The red in low voltage is generally positive. White is the neutral in line voltage, right? I don't know what these wires do. I couldn't tell you. There's nothing in the instructions that tells you what they are either. And again, the reason that they don't is because it's really easy. If you're installing a door position switch, you're going to be quite surely using a multimeter. So this is a double pull, double throw switch. Let's talk about exactly what that is right now. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. So a double pull, double throw switch basically is this. Here is here are 3 lines. Let's do that differently. Here are 3 lines. Okay. This switch configuration is going to have a common, which is normally just COM, they call it common, a normally open, and a normally closed. This is a pole. The common is the pole. The normally open and normally closed are the throws. This is a single pole and then 2 throws. Therefore, we call it a double throw. Well, on the switch that we're working on, it is a double pole, double throw. So there are literally just 2 sets of each wire. Doesn't matter. It just simply doesn't matter. So what happens is when power is applied, or specifically power is not applied, the state of the switch, it won't ever look like this. It will look either like this, where the common is thrown to the normally open, or the switch can be in a position where the common is on the normally closed. Can be here or here. It'll be in this state or in this state. With a double pull, double throw, we just have 2 sets of these. Okay? So the question becomes is, which wire is the common, which is normally open, and which is normally closed? We can test for that. It's really easy. Let's do that now. If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it. And this is the part of the video where we actually answer the question. Am I testing the 2 black and the 2 white? I don't know what you're testing because I don't know what these wires are. So we're going to discover what these wires are. So we're going to need a multimeter, and on a multimeter you can check for continuity. This is a very inexpensive multimeter. It's perfect. It does everything that I need it to do. It was basically free. I have a more expensive one, but this is the one that I always use. It's at my desk. It works perfectly. This multimeter has a setting for continuity. It's already set to continuity. That shows you how often I check for continuity. It's just set there. The little horn is what I'm trying to show. So when we turn this on, when we turn it on, it'll be on. Okay. We have a couple of leads or probes, I believe they're called, and I'm not an expert on any of this. but I know that much. So we'll remove our tips, and we're going to touch our tips to the wires to try to figure out if there's continuity. Continuity is basically, is there voltage flowing through a circuit? That multimeter is literally going to send a micro amount of voltage into the wires. So the wires are either going to be, the wires will be connected together in such a way that the circuit is either open or closed. Open and closed is a fancy way of saying, are the wires connected or are they disconnected? The way that that works is in a door position switch, you obviously have the two pieces that come together when the door is closed, and then they're separated when the door is open. So there'll either be continuity between the common and one of the wires like this, or there won't be. Depending on which of the two wires that you select that aren't the common, it'll either be open, closed, or closed, open. That's why there's a normally open and normally closed, because you can literally have power when the door is closed, or you can have power when the door is open. And the opposite is true when the door is in the opposite position. So, power here, power not here. No power here. Or no power here, power here. When you think about how a door might operate, or a window, this could be a window. Do you want there to be power when the door is closed, or do you want there to be power when the door is open? Meaning, you've got a door that's closed. A door is normally closed. That's the intent of the door. When someone goes to open that door, maybe you want to have an alarm go off, which means you're going to select the one of the two legs of the switch that there's no power when the door is in this position. But when you open that door, then the circuit is closed, allowing power to turn on the annunciator or the horn. We just have to figure out which of these 6 wires, which is really just 3, we have to use. So let's go about doing that right now. If you've made it this far into this video, you must be determined to see it through to the end, and we appreciate your hanging in there with us and watching this entire video. It means a lot. It takes a lot of work to create these videos in the sense that, you know, it's time taken away from doing other things. However, the advantage for me personally of creating these videos is the fact that it does allow myself to either learn about something new, to reacquaint myself with something, or to reinforce what I believe that I already know. Any comments that you might leave down below would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Okay, so let's test. So what we're going to do here is we have our 2 leads. We've got our multimeter. It's set to continuity, as we can see. And let's see what happens. So right now, what would probably be the frame portion with the wires, and then the door portion without the wires, they're going to be separated. We're not going to put them together. So let's grab a wire. It doesn't matter which probe you use, which color. It just it doesn't matter. Don't think about why it matters. We'll touch a white, and then let's grab So I will say this. We clearly have 2 sets of wires. So let's stay within one of the 2 sets. Let's not use a wire from here and then a wire from this group. So we will say there's a difference in that regard, okay? Because there's clearly they're the same circuit, but they're different circuits. I mean, they're the same door position switch, but they're different circuits. So we're going to stick to one bunch of these. So let's just grab that white. And let's grab the black. And it's just completely random. There's no continuity going through there. And I know that because I would hear an audible sound. No continuity. Okay. Let's grab the red wire, and let's just keep the black. Purely random. Oh, now I get sound. It also changes state. Now I get sound. I have continuity between the black and the red. Now, let's put these two together. You see how it stopped? Did you hear how it... Continuity when they're separated, a break when they're open. So we know for sure one of these two wires is the common. We know that. Now let's do this. We know that when we had the white, we did not have continuity. Let's get rid of the red, and let's grab the white again. Because we know that there's no continuity. But let's check for continuity when we put the two pieces together. There's continuity between the black and the white. So when the door is closed, you've got power. So that tells me that the black is common. And then your red and white wires are going to be your normally open and normally closed wires. The bottom line is, if we can prove that by this. If I get rid of the black wire, I'm going to grab our red wire, and in this instance, I should not get continuity in either condition. No continuity now. No continuity here. So we know that neither the black or the red is common. It was just random that we got to it one step faster. We know for sure the black is the common wire. We know that. Now the question that the client was asking, however, was, what is he testing? There are 6 wires coming out of the switch, 2 white, 2 black, 2 red. Am I checking continuity between the 2 black and the 2 white? Okay, so yes, I suppose. So when you have, the question becomes is, black is common, and when the two parts are not together, we don't have, we have a normally open condition, actually probably normally closed. And when we close the door, we get a change in the state. Okay, so I would say that what we're dealing with here is a normally closed condition in the sense that when the door opens, the circuit will be open. So are you checking continuity between black and white? Yes, if that's what you want. If you want power to flow when the door is closed, then you're in good condition. So it just depends on what the system is doing. You know, is an open circuit what is triggering it? Is an open, when the door is open, triggering it? And then the client made a comment when we spoke on the phone that they could use the other wire as the trip wire. Sure, because if you were to wire the red, you're going to send that off to, the red will go into a circuit where there's power in the opposite condition. So you can, if you're going to use both normally, both the red and the white leads, you're going to not be sending power in one instance and sending power in the other instance. Meaning, you're not going to be sending power when the door is closed, but you will when the door is open, or you won't be sending power when the door is closed, but you will when the door is open. I think I just said that the same way. No power sent here, power sent here. Power sent here, no power sent here. So it's just a matter of which leg you pick up, which of the normally open or normally closed wires you're actually using. And it just becomes a question of, is the system operating the way you intend it to operate once you have it wired? If it's operating in the opposite condition, then flip those two wires. Let's wrap up this video on camera. Regarding the links to ads that you might see in this video, we do apologize for any interruption to a smooth viewing experience. And hopefully the ads that are being presented to you are related to the base product. And if there is something, feel free to click on those and perhaps consider taking a look at what that other advertiser is promoting. Let's get back to the video. So ultimately that either answers the question or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, reach out to me. I'm happy to work on this to the point where we both completely understand what has to happen. The year now is 2023, and next year I'll be uploading videos that are like a low voltage how-to sort of approach. Low voltage is a very difficult concept. I know it, well, at least it is for me, But I find that just studying it and just studying it is the way to understand it, and asking people that know more than you do. There are several irreplaceable people within my industry that are absolute expert when it comes to the subject matter, and thoroughly gracious with their time. And to those people, for that I say thank you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.